U.S. Customs Patrol plane captured a truly remarkable UFO on its cockpit camera.
It shows an object traveling pretty fast, very low, over the land, and then over the sea. And a couple of really, really bizarre things happen. This object at one point goes into the ocean and then comes out again. At one point it appears to split into two.
All the way to the north up there, talking again towards the Delaware water gap. Yeah, we've got some snow showers coming on in. 81, 78, all these regions right there, snow coming in for the latter part of the day. Unfortunately, I know it's Friday afternoon, it's a getaway Friday. Some of these roads are going to be a little tricky, especially right around Harrisburg, Lancaster, getting in towards areas by Philly later on today. Snow showers picking up in intensity, though. Check out Charleston, West Virginia. They get belted right here. 77 and 64, those corridors. Some snow shower action right around eastern Kentucky across the hills. That drops right down to Tennessee into the North Carolina mountains, Virginia mountains too. Winter storm warnings. All these areas of Buffalo, once that snow goes by, lake effect snow arriving from Lake Ontario. Lake Erie, frozen over. No lake effect snow off of that. Lake Ontario, yeah, still open for business. So the south towns around Buffalo and a little upslopage up there going to get some snow. Look at Pittsburgh. Right here's the Alleghenies. You can see the Laurel Highlands getting some snow showers right here. We'll wind it up. Watch that snow drip down towards northern parts of Virginia, right around Richmond too. So you're going to get some snow action right there later on today. This is your afternoon commute. Notice New York, you guys are mostly dry. Boston, you guys have some ocean effect stuff coming in right now. But the whole thing moves over, and then look at the winds. I mean, look at the isobars. The tight packing right there. Lines equal pressure. The tighter those are, the stronger the winds. And look at that. That is packed right there. You're talking tomorrow morning, New York, Albany, Boston, all the way through Burlington. These winds are going to be screaming interior sections of west of I-95. And it will continue out there for the first part of the afternoon before finally, by tomorrow night, the winds begin to come on down. But the wind chills, brutal. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But you saw that show right now in western Pennsylvania. How about Pittsburgh? Katie Berman's been out there, and she has witnessed firsthand. She's got boots on the ground. The ground truth, the fact that the city is now almost disappearing behind you. I can't even see it that well. Katie, what's going on in Pittsburgh?
We've had snow for a couple hours here so far, Bob. Before the bitter cold moves in this weekend, we have this first round of snow, and you can see at times we are watching that skyline disappear, depending on how fast that snow is coming down. But before you get to the skyline, you got to get over the Allegheny River, which you can tell is completely white. It's iced over, and then it's got this layer of fresh snow now coming down on top. We actually have three rivers that flow through the city of Pittsburgh, all three of them dealing with severe icy conditions. In fact, a stretch of the Allegheny River is closed to barge traffic because of how icy it is out there. Public safety officials, too, warning people not to walk on these frozen rivers. When we first arrived, before the snow started, we could see fresh footprints on top of the river. So some people have been, I think, just so shocked to see this that they've been testing it out, but officials are warning people that there are hidden weak spots that could give way without warning. So that's really the story on the ground here. We've got the snow, the bitter cold, and now these icy rivers, all of the topic of conversation in Pittsburgh. But of course, a lot of people can't help but notice we've had pretty much no melting across the city ever since that last major storm a couple of weeks ago. We've had below freezing temperatures for 2 weeks straight. So that snow hasn't gone anywhere.
Very, very cold. We surprised. Drove in from Philly yesterday. Susquehanna is completely iced over all the way across. Very, very unusual. I've had snow sitting around for 20 days. It's amazing.
Yeah, people here have felt temperatures on average 15 degrees for the last 41 days straight, which makes this the coldest stretch of weather so far in more than a decade. But that number could get even more impressive depending on how much more cold days we have in a row. We could be challenging records set back in the 70s, Bob.
That's just cruel. I mean, I'm looking at the picture behind you. When you have the frozen rivers right there, that bridge is supposed to be yellow behind you, right? Looks white to me at this
Yes.
point.
I know, it is. All of them are yellow. It's such a unique thing about Pittsburgh, and it makes it become Pittsburgh the second you roll in here and see the yellow bridges. But yeah, you can tell that we've got that good amount of snow coming down right now. It makes it hard to see.
Very good. Everything is either black or Penguins. You're talking about the Steelers, the Pirates, all black and yellow. Giants fan, watch it go in New York. In the heart of New York, you got Eagles fans walking around with impunity, I might add. Anyway, good stuff out there, Katie. Good to talk to you with you just today. All right, so you can see, Katie, we're just talking about 15 degrees for the last several days, right? Where's that cold air going to be stemming from? We're talking straight out of northern Canada, traveling down over the Great Lakes. And you see a nice picture right there from Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. That's a beautiful area. I mean, the sky, it's black and white season, man. That's all there is to it. You got the gray skies, you got the gray buildings because of the snow coming in. Temperatures are going to take a tumble, and it's going to happen late tonight through tomorrow, and then really pick up steam for your Saturday night and Sunday morning at an Arctic air blast in. Currently, it's 22 in Binghamton. It's 22 degrees in Buffalo. New York City's 31. It's going to feel warm compared to where we're going to be for the weekend. Look at Pittsburgh, 24. Detroit's 26. On the backside, at Chicago, 35 degrees, so not too bad. So you see the wind chill, though. 18 is what it feels like in Detroit. It feels like single digits already in Buffalo, 9 degrees. Feels like 13 in Binghamton. Pittsburgh feels like about 15. Washington, D.C. feels like 23. Bangor's 5. You were in a negative numbers just about 2 hours ago. But we have the extreme cold warnings. By the way, for the first time ever for the New York City metro area, we haven't seen wind chill readings minus 20 Fahrenheit or less since 2004, since 2004. So it's been over 20 years at this point. First time ever an extreme cold warning. Before they used to be called wind chill warnings. Now they're extreme cold warnings. Last time New York was in a wind chill warning was 2004 to account for that minus 20 degree reading that they had. All right, so what's going on? Got high pressure building in. You can see the streamers coming off the Lake Superior right through northern parts of Michigan too. Not a big deal, but it's that high pressure that's building in. And keep an eye on this low pressure right here, and then combining and getting that storm that developed across the North Atlantic. That difference in pressure between this storm is going to bomb out, and that high pressure that's building in, these winds are going to be terrifically strong right out of the northwest starting later on tomorrow and really picking up by Saturday night and Sunday. So what are we looking at? Midnight tonight, 27 degrees in NYC. All right, so that's going to be your high temperature for the day. And it'll happen at midnight. Look at Syracuse, 22. Cold front goes that by. The Arctic boundary is going to be through. Check out your Monday afternoon. Now the winds are steamrolling right out of the northwest. I mean, the heart of the coldest air, driving right down for the season. Forecast temperature for your Saturday evening is 11 o'clock. 11 might even be too much. This might be single digits by this time at 11 o'clock. Syracuse for sure down to about 4. That's your temperature reading on Saturday at 11 p.m. Pittsburgh's down to 8. Erie's down to 9. Boston's still hanging in there in the upper teens. But you see the forecast for today. Again, 32 coming in tomorrow afternoon. This is it. Forecast highs for today. Binghamton is 1. That's the high. You gotta be kidding me. 5 degrees on Sunday afternoon for Binghamton. 5 in Buffalo. 21 degrees in Detroit. That's the heart of the Arctic area. You've got snowpack on the ground already, too. And with the wind, any kind of wind is just going to feel miserable. With the wind chill warnings, that's what they used to be called. Now they're extreme cold weather warnings. We've got them all across the board peppered in there. So we've got wind alerts also. Look at the high wind warnings. And the alerts are going all the way up into the Jersey Shore, rounding the horn to D.C. It's going to take you out there through Sunday morning before it finally begins to ebb just a bit. So Friday afternoon should be okay, but then Saturday morning early, look at the 30 to 40 mile per hour winds hanging in there for the entire weekend long. 40 to 50 for New York, that's the highest people find. 50 to 60 for Washington, D.C., 50 to 60 for Norfolk, and even down by the Carolina Mountains, 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. Power outages are going to be a possibility, especially coming in there Saturday night through Sunday as the winds begin to peak on out. Wow. All right, coming up, we got more on that Clippers dropping in. We've also got a lot of action coming in with a colder area, and out west things are warming up. We'll talk about that. And we also have the big game forecast that's coming up also. So speaking of big game to play us out today, we've got artists from either New England or Seattle. You tell me which one you like the best. Be right back, everybody.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is being awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is being awesome.
This is not a blizzard. I don't know what it is, guys. This wind is roaring right now off of Lake Erie. Wind chills down in the upper teens. Remember, we're in southern Louisiana.
It's a big one. This is definitely a big storm. The wind reducing visibility.
Well, we may have to have a little bit of a race.
This is downright Arctic.
This is something we'll be watching for you, not just through the weekend, but into early next week, right here on Fox Weather. A storm you want to keep tabs on. I didn't see that coming.
I did.
You know you can trade on that.
What do you mean by that?
That. That. That.
We have the Hollywood's biggest night. The best picture, the best actor. Bid on that.
That's just a penny.
Yeah.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with SafeLine, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Any way I want. I can schedule a chip fix while I get my hair clipped. Yep, they can fix my glass. Won't be fish for bats.
If you want.
They can recalibrate my safety features while I sit at home in my comfy pants.
That one doesn't rhyme, but sure.
Get it fixed any way you want at SafeLight.com. Safe like repair, safe like replace.
AI can turn your lights on
Lights on.
and drive your car. But AI ain't gonna fix your broken water line. Get HomeServe, who when a covered system breaks will send a qualified contractor to pay for the repair.
Lines from HomeServe start at just $4.99 a month.
For years, I struggled with thinning hair, and my husband had dry, itchy skin. Then we found out the real problem was our shower water. That showed chlorine, heavy metals, and rust from old pipes. Stuff that you can't see, but your skin and hair feel every day. That's why we switched to the Eskin filtered shower head. It removes harsh contaminants and boosts water pressure up to 2.5 times. In a recent survey, 92% of users reported better skin and hair within weeks. So join more than 300,000 families and make the switch to Eskin today.
Experience the charm of the southeast United States with American Cruise Lines. Cruise past the timeless coastal towns of Charleston and Savannah to the tropical shores of Key West and the Gulf Coast, all from the luxury of our modern American riverboats, where elegant staterooms, exceptional cuisine, and personalized service await. Call or visit us online to book your adventure today.
As much as we appreciate what our mechanics can do and who they are, no one looks forward to seeing the inside of an auto shop. Because if you're here, your car is too. And that means something's wrong. And likely it means an expensive repair bill. That is, unless you call CarShield. When you call CarShield before your car breaks down, they have plans that cover up to 5,000 parts and systems of your car. Don't wait. Call CarShield today before it's too late.
Call 800-369-9526.
Let's talk about winter precipitation. You get rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. So let's talk about how each is formed. All precipitation usually begins as snow at the top of the atmosphere. As it falls on down, as long as the entire atmosphere is about 32 degrees or cooler, it will remain snow when it hits the ground. Sleet happens.
That's
when
a whole
snow
lot of
comes
snow.
down, turns into a raindrop, and then
Look at that.
freezes with a very cold
There's
atmosphere.
some big old fat flakes.
Freezing rain, it's a little bit different. You've got warm air on top of a very shallow
What
layer of
about
cold air.
that?
That rain falls through that shallow cold layer as it hits the ground as liquid, but then freezes on contact. If the entire column of air is above freezing from the surface all the way to the top of the troposphere, well, that's just plain old rain. Small temperature changes in the profile of the air can lead to huge differences in what type of precipitation you see. We're your Winter Storm HQ, Fox Weather, for all seasons, for all America.
Welcome back, everybody. By the way, that voice right there is the one that's in my head. That's a lot.
It's rough to be you.
It is.
Tough life. That voice is just like nails on a chalkboard.
Hey, well,
Terrible.
I didn't know what
That's a funny joke.
Good to see you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Last time I saw you, I was in one of our home cities, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Blasted with heavy snow.
I know. Does it feel good to be back in a climate-controlled environment?
I know. It's like too easy.
You're like, where's the wind? Where's the hail?
Where's the freezing rain? Where's the crapple?
I'll make you feel more at home.
Thank you.
Is that better? Yeah.
The coach and meteorologist here, and I want you to listen to this real quickly. Check this out.
Alert, Fox alert, large tornado on stream, large tornado on stream. This thing is at least an EF3. This is not weak. Sorry, lightning just struck right next to me.
15 10 speed. That's our Fox weather exclusive. exclusive storm tracker Brandon Copping, and we're following his exploits now for the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
So that was the Lake City, Arkansas tornado from April last year. Brandon Copping was nominated for Chaser of the Year at the National Storm Chasers Summit. How amazing is that? That award's going to be given out tomorrow. We'll see the end. Hot weather meteorologist Haley Meyer is also out there in Westminster, Colorado. Haley, great to see you at one of these Storm Chaser Summits. How's it been so far?
Bob,
Brian, man.
such an
Brian,
incredible
definitely.
experience, and we're really on day 1.5, and we still have another day and a half to go. So the knowledge that we're gaining here is truly second to none, and we have so many fun little knickknacks. These are called thunderheads, and they're so cute. So if you don't like a tornado, you got clouds, raindrops, sunbeams, lightning. That plus textbooks and people who authored textbooks. I mean, the true weather nerds, we're all here, and so are our storm trackers and our first responders. So we've got
Good
Brandon
windmill
Copping.
out there,
How have you
just
felt
spin it.
so far at the summit?
Oh, it's been fantastic. We're having a great time. We're meeting a bunch of people. We're just having fun. And I mean, Eric over here has done such a phenomenal job. Him and Holly and everybody have done such a great job organizing such an incredible, awesome event.
Yeah, so Brandon, you mentioned Eric. Let's bring in Eric now, and we'll be checking back in with you, Brandon. Hopefully, yeah, there's lots of friends of Brandon's here. So, Eric, first off, just tell me a little bit about this event that you put on. This is now the 6th official year of the National Storm Chaser Summit.
Yeah, it all started with giving back, right, for us. There's a big uptick in the community of, like, enthusiastic chasers that want to go chase. This is social media driven, right? So what we're doing is I want to make sure that's done right. The training, the education, everything, getting the people that started storm chasing in to teach the new generation on how to storm chase safely and how to help people. Ultimately, that's what this is about, giving back, helping people. And so our organization is about giving back. We're a 501(c) nonprofit that gives back to storm shelters and low-income communities. And we also get a big scholarship to STEM. You know, in the STEM world or even journalism, we get a scholarship back on that. That's what it's about, giving back to the people. You know, I think 99% of the people that chase one spot just want to help people. They want to make sure that people don't get hurt. And that's what we're doing. Some spots across the country, what do we know about? This has been an uptick the last few years for younger years, but to me, that's okay, because that's a next generation of meteorologists that's going to come, and we need that, because we want to retire, you know, we replace the next generation.
Yeah, I mean, especially with AI now, folks may think that meteorology is not a growing field, but this event proves otherwise. I mean, right now you have, what, close to 600 people that are attending the event, the largest yet?
This is the largest ever, it keeps growing, right? We're well over 600, up over capacity at this point. And I love it because of the passion. You feel the passion in the room, you feel the passion. You can't go around without talking to somebody about a tornado, weather, snow, rain, dust, whatever. And this is, I call it nerding out. I mean, it's just a bunch of weather nerds getting together and nerding out, getting ready for the severe weather season. And so we're getting training, you know, mental health training going on. You'll see a lot of that stuff out there. So that's what I focus on, just helping people, you know, get ready for the season and that way we can help the community and the world. We got storm chasers here that trace all over the world, and we're teaching, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly incredible with that mental health discussion is going on right now. We were just in there, we came out to do this, and he was talking about how it can be very isolating storm chasing, especially if you don't have a storm chasing partner. But this is the opposite of isolation. This is getting everybody together, building that camaraderie. We've met so many people here, and that's all attributed to you and helping to put this on. So you mentioned earlier, right now we're in Denver, well, just outside of Denver, and you've already announced where 2027 is going to be.
Yeah, we're going to be in Kansas City. Tickets will go on sale probably July 1st. We'll have the tickets on sale and ready to go. We'll start working on the next year. One thing we're doing, you can always donate. Go to chasersummit.org. Go in there and donate to our shelter fund. That shelter fund, we're going to put in storm shelters this spring and start giving back and helping people. First one, Rolling Fork, Mississippi, is the first shelter going to go in. You know, really hard hit area. Always going to get my tornadoes, it seems like. So we're going to get back there. It's going to be our first one.
Yeah, so I mean, Bob, Nick, this isn't about just speaking out. It's about giving back and building that community. And thank you, Eric, for being a beacon of that. Truly incredible. But last question for you, because I know everyone
the beats like the Sonata class.
Did you see
You
coffee?
see the
Yeah.
European pop.
You did?
See the European pop that they're doing at the conference.
That deer's coming out,
What'd you say?
that deer's walking down the bank.
Deer. Where?
Coming down from the cemetery.
Defense is great. They're stout.
Yep,
They're shut down. And the
Too late.
Yeah, those two.
You see 'em?
Behind the house?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we got that clipper that's dropping in. He's gonna be working in the weekend, braving the cold just for you.
They're eating the grass. It's exposed. You got a blonde of grass out there. They can get to.
They must be going out there to that
Just
pine
guys who
tree
just wait for
where
this, for the
they
big
could
game
bed
to start.
down.
Well, wait for the thaw. The thing we're
There's
not
grass
supposed to
out there
say.
too that ain't covered up by snow.
Can't say we
They
were
might be
sold.
hungry for
Alright,
that.
so
I'm saying, grazing.
Might do.
The play is out, you know.
If history has taught us anything, it's not to root